Well, a lot of businesses are using display signage, things like flat panel, LCD, and plasma monitors to get their products and services messages out there. We're going to have a look at something a little different. We've got Andy Stilin from 3M on the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Mike.
This is really, really cool, and it's kind of hard to explain here, but I mean you're seeing it live, and it's display happening here, but it's cut inside of a logo.
Exactly.
What is it?
This is 3M Vikuiti Film. The really beauty of the product is the idea, as you just mentioned, it can be cut to shape, and because of that, you can kind of integrate logo and messaging at the same time to be able to create something that's quite appealing and interesting.
Well, it's interesting because, if I think about walking down a set of retail stores, all of them have plasma or LCD monitors in the windows. Now, they look great, but if I were to go by a window that had this, I would stop and look because it's completely different.
Exactly. We're trying to cut through the clutter. We're trying to be able to get our message out there. Having something that plays your messaging through your logo, and because of that shape, it can be quite interesting because of that. It also has the feature that it has high angularity, meaning as you come up to the side of this screen, it's very bright, so it's engaging for very long periods of time, not just while you're in front of it, but as you approach it.
You're right. So like I'm right here on the side, and it's still as bright as looking straight on.
Exactly.
As well. So how is this all working?
It's basically 4 elements. You're talking about a projection lens, which Vikuiti Film is. Visual acuity is what the product is. And it's taking those glass bead technology and creating a very contrasty, very bright image on the screen. The other 3 elements are the content that we're playing on it, and it could be any Windows media file, just standard files, along with a media player, and it could be a PC, or it could even be an iPod video.
Or a DVD player.
Or a DVD player, or a CD player.
Yep.
And then along with some kind of lighting system, like a projection unit. So those 4 elements, the film, the content player, and the multimedia projector.
Okay, so can you use any projector, and how does this work in bright light, like in daylight?
Good point. That's one of the downsides of a plasma screen TV. Not only are you limited to like 16:9 or 4:3, but now we've got different shape. A nice thing would be able to go into brighter ambient light situations like outside. And because we have a built-in black layer, it absorbs that ambient light to be able to take all the light that we want and not only do it inside in low ambient light, but also outside for high ambient light.
So I guess if you were going in, bright lighting conditions, you just get a more powerful projector with higher ANSI lumens?
Exactly.
And what kind of cost are we looking at for this film? And this could go on any glass.
Exactly. It's rear mounted on the back side of a piece of glass. Typically we price it out per square foot. And when you compare it to, let's say, a flat screen TV, it's very economical. It's about $100 a square foot.
And how do you actually get the shape? Like how is that playing from whatever you have, like the DVD player? Like what are you creating it in?
We're creating it in a standard desktop publishing software. And what they do is the film itself comes in a roll and has to be cut to shape. So they create a mask to whatever shape you want. In this case, it has to be the 3M shape. That same mask that they use to send to the cutter to cut the film, they play the media through that same mask so that we could get projection only where we want it, not where we don't want it. Because if we did, it would be very difficult to see because we'd be blinded by the light.
And where can people find out more information about this end?
At the 3M website, which is www.3m.com.
Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks, Mike.
Andy Stilin from 3M talking about the new Vikuiti film that you put on glass, and you can see you can get some pretty tremendous results with it.